Well, I Dream came about because Douglas Tappan, who is a composer, and amongst other things, I found out he's also a lawyer and a theologian, came to Atlanta 4 years ago to write this piece because he felt that he couldn't write about King without being in Atlanta. And over the last 3 years, he's done different versions, different readings of it. I mean, now that I know more about it, it's been around and has gone through many metamorphoses since before I got on board. And why they came to me, to direct it was a mystery. I mean, I didn't ask because I wanted to do it, but I would, of all the people that they could choose from that had more experience as a director, and I have been in many musicals, but my directing was really these plays that I've been doing in Atlanta, with small casts and a lot of dialogue, monologue. So, but they wanted someone that had musical theater experience, that choreographically could see the piece because they wanted it to move, and it does move. In fact, it moves so well that I'm like, we're going to have to stop every now and then and let people applaud or, get the release out. Then the biggest challenge was in casting and finding King, who we have a wonderful King named Quentin Darrington that just pulled the whole piece together. And now we have storyline we're breaking down, because Douglas's version of the story of King is different than things we've seen, and he deliberately wants to tell a different perspective. And I'm pretty much the voice of the South because everybody is from London. They're black, but he's from London. It's different.
Right.
I didn't realize how culturally different we were.
Like I said, you've been in a number of musicals, but directing a musical is a totally different bag. It's like okay, yeah, I've dated, but now being married.
Yeah, marriage is different than dating.
Married with child, it's a whole different thing here. So what have you learned about, and what have you pulled from just being in musicals that have helped you in this project in terms of directing it?
I've learned a lot, and I'm deliberately checking myself a lot. And at the end of the evening of my days, I go through and try to evaluate my performance as a director, because one thing I miss is I don't have anybody looking at me, giving me notes about what's going on. And, in an ensemble or as a performer, you're always being tweaked by a director, by a choreographer, by a stage manager. You're constantly, okay, that's good, but go here. But that's good, but go here. So I'm trying to do that for myself. Could I have expressed myself differently or better? Because communication is key. Getting the information from here to that is all that it is about, and also having the flexibility of seeing what the artist brings and what other people bring to the process, that I'm not so rigid in my vision that it can't move or change. And a lot of that is happening on stage in front of all 40 people, because it's not a process that I can all map out at home and just bring in and tell them to do it. And I could, but I don't want to. I want it to live and breathe. It's an original piece. It's never been done, which is what I told the cast. I said, when you're in an original piece, I can't just dictate to you what to do, because I don't know yet, and there's a difference in being a piece that's never been done. And, having done both, having gone into the Wiz or gone into Chicago, there was already a map. And there was already a delegated position that was created by someone else. Now you have some room for your own interpretation, but it's more narrow. But being in it, you're the first one to sing alto, you're the first one to enter on that side, and then that becomes law. you know, but it has to come from a real place. It can't just, I have to see where you were before to get you where you are now. It's
And
not mapped out.
it will probably change as you go through full costume rehearsals and full set to see things. Would it keep evolving, do you think?
It's
Until
going to
ready?
constantly change. I mean, last night we blocked the finale, and I said, now you know all of this is going to change. We're on stage. I don't know how long it's going to take you to go up the 8 steps, cross the catwalk, and come down. I mean, right now we're on a flat surface with tape. So the reality of the set is going to make a huge difference. Costume changes, timing, entrances when you're going to be there. That's going to be a whole nother level of rehearsal. That's why it's important that they know it so well now that they can move on. It's only going to get more difficult, more pressure, I would say.